And good afternoon. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salt along with Keith Fusel. We have a big Friday to get to. Lots of action going on this Friday. Big carryover in the Pick Six, the Stronach Five. We'll get to all that, but it was long shot Thursday yesterday to kick off this final Preakness week meet here, the final week of the Preakness meet at Pimlico. Papal Law, you talked about that horse in yesterday's feature, race 7. You like that horse a little bit with the Bug Boy Felix Pinero. He went head and head all the way for the lead at 35-1. He kept on going. He put the other horse to sleep. And Papal Law at 35-1, a big price in yesterday's feature, gives us a nice big carryover today.
He's run consistently well at big prices, and he's a horse that can go 5.5. He can go mile and a 16th, and he was positioned outside the other speed. And Chuck did a great job just settling this horse outside. And when he came to run the top of the stretch, was able to go clear and had plenty left in the tank to hold sway at a big price. Yeah, we had a couple bucks on that one, so
nice.
Hopefully you all did too.
Nice, 35-1.
You can't let 35-1 slip away.
Nice. So nobody hit the it was a big win for the connections. I was talking to the trainer's wife in the winner's circle, Marcia. It's a nice press release that went out about Papal Law, and so it's a small outfit. They kind of barely get by. She said, and it's a big win
big
like
payday.
That'll pay some feed bills for the rest of the year.
Yes,
so you can read that press release about Papal Law and all his connections on Pimlico.com. He won the feature yesterday. We have some big features today, and let's show you the big feature in the 20-cent Rainbow Pick Six. There it is. So nobody had 6 out of 6 yesterday. We paid 5 out of 6 for over 800. There's the big carryover, over 217,000. That's going to start race 4. I have a ticket. You should have a ticket. Everybody should take a swing at it today. They bet about 60,000 new money into it yesterday. And so that's the big carryover in the Pick Six. No carryover in the late Pick Five. They hit that yesterday for over 21,000.
21,000. Gotta love it. Some really good handicapping and to put everything together and formulate a ticket and get it done. Congrats.
Did you have it?
I did not have it.
All right. Well,
I wouldn't be here today if I had it, probably.
All right, it'd be up at Fair Hill, probably. All right, so that's the big carryover in the Rainbow Pick Six. That's going to start in race 4. We also have the big Stronach 5, the popular national wager with that guaranteed $100,000 pool, industry low, 12% takeout. Let's take a look at today's lineup of races. Pimlico will be involved. It's going to start at Gulfstream, race 8, post time, 5 o'clock Eastern. Then Pimlico race 9 is the second leg. Back down to Gulfstream, race 9 for the third leg. Out to Golden Gate Fields, race 5 for the fourth leg. Then we wrap it up, Santa Anita Park, race 6. So a challenging sequence of races for the Stronach 5. It paid big once again last Friday on Black Eyed Susan Day. Also a special holiday reminder this Monday. We'll have a big day here at Pimlico. It's closing day of the Preakness meet at Pimlico. Live racing this Memorial Day, always a big day on Memorial Day here at Pimlico. If they don't hit the Pick Six before then, it'll be a mandatory payout in that Pick Six, and that'll be around $1 million or more on mandatory payout on Monday.
Everybody be firing. But this is a good little card today. I like some prices, especially in the middle of the race card. I'm going to take a shot on this middle Pick 4.
Okay.
I like a couple sleepers in here, and they are going to be 15, 20 to 1.
Okay, all right, good stuff. We'll get to all that. Let's show you a picture of both tracks. It's beautiful out here this afternoon. Come on, take off work the rest of the afternoon. Come on out here, and you can work from your iPhone wherever you are these days. You can do your banking and everything. Come on out here. Enjoy the nice weather. Fast and firm. There's a 79 and sunny. You saw both racing surfaces. First race post time is 1:10. Let's get right to it here. Race 1 will kick off the popular early Pick 5. That's a mandatory payout. Industry low, 12% takeout on both the Pick 5. So early Pick 5 starts in race 1. We're going 6 furlongs from the main track, 5,000 starter allowance, 3 and up. And we had a big late scratch in this race. The one, whatever you want, who was part of the entry for Juan Vasquez and was 4 to 5. And this horse is the reason that the entry's 4 to 5, not because of the other part that stays in, the 1A, Hello, It's Me.
Yeah, we saw Hello, It's Me last time out. Got away at 9 to 1 when they weren't coupled. So,
Sure.
yeah, favoritism to me is going to be between the 6 Rockin' Cowboy and the 2X Parade of Nations. And I'm going to go with the 6 Rockin' Cowboy. Ran well first off the claim. Wayne Potts has done well second off the claim in these claimers on the dirt. 21% over the last couple of years. Problem with this horse has been like that last 40 yards. His positional. He's got that positional speed. He usually gets the lead. It's just trying to hang on for dear life. I'm hoping he can separate himself just enough past the 16th pole and have enough left to hold off the closers in the opener. But going to be a shorter price now, much shorter because of this scratch.
All right, so we like the same 4 horses here. I have Parade of Nations on top. Jose Corrales, he's kind of been the king of these nickel starters recently. Blew up the tote board at 25-1 with this horse winning at Laurel against nickel starter. Then they stepped up to the Grade 3 Maryland Sprint. That was a bit ambitious. He was 32-1 in there, so forget about that. I think he can bounce back with the bug boy Victor Rosales. I'll go with the 2X Parade of Nations on top.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. The speed in here. Maybe they'll go ahead and send Parade of Nations. When you break it all down, he could be the speed in here. Rockin' on Cowboy won't let him get too far away.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 2. We'll start the Rolling Super High 5. That's a low 15% takeout. The Super High 5. That starts in race 2. We have it every race with 7 or more horses. Also, race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. We have a video in this race. We're going 6 furlongs. Maiden claiming 40,000, filly mares 3 and up. And let's see. Let's start with the 4, Lucky 99. I have this filly on top. She's by Super 99. Let's show you the video from April 7th at Laurel Park against Maiden 40. A good second this day. This was first-time blinkers for Lucky 99.
Yeah, the 6 horse this day, and we're going to catch her going into the far turn, tracking somewhat contested pace, 3 to 5 up front, taking some pressure from Wildcat, who we're going to see in here. Wildcat up on the lead this particular day. Did a little bit better from off the pace, and I think that might be the trip she's going to get. But the 6 horse there, Lucky 99, having to steady off of heels into the turn. Just a little keyed up behind the 3 front runners, but is actually going to keep on angling out for room here, I should say. Angle out past the 3/16 and finish quite well. A strong run. Just gets beat 3 parts of a length when it's all said and done behind Blame It on a Kiss. So Lucky 99 has to avoid trouble. Has had trouble every start. All 3 starts freshened here. Clearly one of the ones to beat. But we could have a special filly in here coming in. This first-time starter, Hail to Leader for John Service. Pointing to this, a $260,000 purchase. This Maryland bred by Cairo Prince could be the goods. Working very well up at Parks.
All right, well, I go with the 4 Lucky 99 on top. You go with the Service first-time starter. They paid over $250,000 for this filly as a yearling at Keeneland, so she's well-bred and some fast works up there at Parks. Look at that work. April 24th, 5/8 and 59-2.
Yeah, and that's the key work. That's the one I've got highlighted. Was working alongside a 3-year-old colt by the name of Factor It In, a horse that's already won an allowance. That is a 2-year-old. Showed a lot of promise coming back to the race. So working, it looks like, with a talented horse. This horse, Hail to Leader, is half to the Louisiana Kid, who was a runner. Bessie's Boy made $320,000. So I think this horse could be the goods.
All right, so we both like the 4 and the 5. We both like Jump for Sally for Tim Keefe. Weston Hamilton will ride beaten favorite at this level last out. Maybe this filly by Jumpstart didn't like the track last out. She had been running pretty well before then, and so I think maybe give her a mulligan for last out and see if she can bounce back to a more realistic number today.
Just don't like the decline in the numbers right from the very promising debut. It's kind of on a descent right now. I don't know what to think. I mean, broke a little slow. Angle wide just didn't bring any kick. Maybe they're staying with her. They're not going to drop her, so I guess she figures to make a run from off the pace.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 3 is another nice $5,000 starter allowance. This one for filly mares 3 and up. We're going a mile and a 16th here in the third race. Let's start with the we'll get to the 7. Let's start with the 6. My top play in this race, Ridgemont High, a big second last out at this level for trainer Carlos Mencilla. Victor Carrasco will ride Ridgemont High, second behind Lonely Drifter, who came right back to win. So this filly by Super Saver, she's in good form. 2 big seconds her last 2 starts at this level. So I'll go with Ridgemont High on top.
You know, she might get a little bit more flow in here today, Stan, with the Three Sister Aim, kind of a Charlestown runner showing good speed at 6.5 up there. Prevailing Party has been on the engine the last couple starts. She's in razor sharp form, and we know hashtag Selfie likes to be close. She does her best running from on or just off the pace. We got a video though of the 7 hashtag Selfie, her most recent start. Solid favorite in there, but boy, when the gates open, a little hesitation can do a lot of damage right there. Almost spotted 2 to 3 lengths right off the bat. And then after that is going to be 3 to 5 wide every step of the way. You got to give it to hashtag Selfie, though. She really didn't quit. She made a strong run off the pace, moves up here around the turn to engage the leader. Is going to duel into the stretch, but just not quite good enough. Going to fade in the final furlong. Drops back, loses about 3-4 lengths from the 8th pole home. But hashtag Selfie, she ran a long way after a slow beginning on May the 3rd. The break has got to be key here. She draws outside, Stan, with these other speeds. She does not want to get hung out again. That's good enough, guys.
All right, so yeah, I use the 7. Claudio having a nice meet. He gets Carlos Carrasco to ride. They're a solid 33% together. So we both use the 7 hashtag Selfie. The 4 Bring Me Answers comes out the same. Ridgemont High hashtag Selfie race. And this filly, this 5-year-old mare by Mineshaft, she was right there last out for Ricky Silliman. So that was a big number, 68 lifetime best for Bring Me Answers last out. So she's in good form. And I used the 4 Bring Me Answers in my exacta.
Clearly her best race of, going back on the page, her last 6 or 7 races. That was a good one, a reclaim for Silliman. And like I said, she's going to have the flow. Maybe she wants to rally outside of horses. Maybe she'll be a little bit more effective that way. I go to the inside with All Good Times. A little stat here for John Rigateri. He used to be a mainstay in Maryland, but I tell you, when he sneaks in here the last couple of years, like how about the last 5 years? 6 for 19, 32%, 8 for 19 in the money with his dirt runners in Maryland. So he means business, been doing a lot in the summers up at Delaware and such, but when he brings his runners here to Pimlico and to Laurel, they usually perform. And she keys up against the right kind, improving numbers since the claim. Blinkers have gone on the last 3 starts, and we've seen the improvement as well. So I think All Good Times, she's going to draft into a perfect stalking position early. Main concern, just off the break, is she going to have that finish at 1 mile and a 16th?
All right, so I used the 1. We both you have the filly on top. Good to see John Rigateri back in town. We like some of the same horses there in race 3. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, we have plenty of time to spend on today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. The carryover is over $217,000. I have a ticket for it. We'll check it out right after this.
Whether you're at home or at the track, have a stake in the race when you bet with ExpressBet. Sign up for an ExpressBet online betting account and receive up to a $500 sign-up bonus.
Okay, let's get right to it. Today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 will be very popular nationwide with all the Pick 6 players. They're going to be going after that big carryover. There it is, over $217,000 today. It was a little shy of $200,000 yesterday. They put about $60,000 new money into it yesterday. I think they'll put more into it today, maybe around $80,000, $100,000 new money into it today. So there's the carryover. That's a big number. Starts in race 4. I have a ticket. Let's check it out. I'm going to go with a $57.60 ticket. I'm 3-4 deep the first 3 races.
Yeah.
Race 4 is a maiden 10 going short. I go with a couple favorites, the 4 Lunar Image and the 9 Junior Jumper. But I like a 12-1 first-time starter from the Ann Merriman barn with that bug boy Avery Wisman. The 5 Above It All, a homebred for Richie Blue. So I could be a nice long shot to kick off the pick 6. So I go 4-5-9 in race 4. Races 5 and 6 are tough. Race 5's a big field, maiden 40,000, going a mile turf. I go 4 deep there with the 1, 2, 5, 6. The 5 Jag is my top pick at 3-1 with Trevor McCarthy The 2 Gunslinger is going to be one of your favorites. I think the 1 Senor Seville could run a big race for Ann Merriman at a decent price. And also the 6 Hills Down with Daniel Centeno aboard. You have to like Hills Down with Centeno. And then race 6, I'm 4 deep in there. That's a beaten nickel going 3/4. I go 3, 5, 8, 9. The 9 is my top pick. A bunch of scratches in there. The favored, the 4 Regal Quality, who was your 8 to 5 favorite, scratched. I end up on the 9 Money Meister with the 5-pound apprentice. Jen Miller aboard for Wayne Potts. I have Money Meister on top, but let's see. He doesn't have to win. I also like the 5 Trapper's Delight, who trains here for Jackie Savoy. The 8 Ticker Tape Parade, but that barn hasn't won. And the 3 Down in the Hollow, trying to get back in good form for Kenny Decker. So no real standouts there in race 6 after the scratch of the favorite. So I go 4 deep. Race 7, I go 3 deep there with the 3, 5, 6, and then I dwindle it down a little bit. Race 8, a maiden 40, going 6 furlongs. The 2 Reds Winning Call cuts back to a sprint today for Tim Keefe. Trevor McCarthy gets aboard. He's a 3-year-old colt, a son of Reds Roundtable, a multiple stakes winner. He's got to wake up at some point and run a big race. So I go with the 2 Reds Winning Call and the 3 Big Boots first off the claim for Claudio. And then my single, Daniel Centeno aboard, the 4 You Made It, going 5/8 on the turf for Kieran McGee. In race 9, the Kieran McGee barn with a win yesterday. I believe that was win number 700 for the Kieran McGee barn yesterday, right here at Pimlico. So congratulations to them. I key on Kieran and Daniel Centeno. You made it in race 9.
Yeah, they got St. Honoré yesterday.
That's right.
Carol Cedeno had to kind of navigate through a little traffic, leaving the 3/16 pole, and got it done. Yeah, Kieran, the whole crew, Kelly, have come a long way. You know, you're thinking back of the days, you know, he was working for, Gallopin and International Sound and everything like that. And
paid his dues.
You know, and got rolling, and he's still rolling.
Yep.
You know, he's carried, I should say he's sustained over a long period of time, so congrats to all of them involved in that barn.
Well, I hope he's still rolling race 9 today.
Well, that horse is going to hold the key to not just probably the pick 6, but also, you know, that Stronach 5 today.
Right.
You know, if she doesn't win that race, boy, I'm telling you, it's kind of a cluster. Yeah.
All right, so race 4, lots of action. Not only does it start the big pick 6, it starts the middle pick 4. Keith, you have a ticket. Let's check it out, see how you played it here.
Yeah, here we go. 4, 8, 9 to get you started. Going to use Kieran with Lunar Image, Louverture, Valerie Smith, and Alcibiades Cortez right to the front, I think, and Junior Jumper. 5th race, 1, 2, 5, 6, same as yours. Your 4 in there. Stand 6th race, the 1 and the 9. Going to try to blow it up. Sensational Notion, horse off the layoff. 7th race, 3 and 9. It's a doozy. Scarlet Tanner's been waiting for this filly to try the turf. I like the breeding for the grass. Kind of look at the action of that filly on the dirt. I think she's going to move up a little bit here at a big price on the turf this afternoon. We'll be taking a shot at some 15 or 20 to 1. No doubt on Scarlet Tanager. $24 is your ticket. Spread a little bit more. I can really see this as being a good number here in this middle pick 4.
All right, so Keith has some nice long shot plays on his ticket. We'll get to them. Let's take a look here at the 4th. The maiden 10 going 6 furlongs. Now, normally I would say this condition's wide open. The favorites aren't reliable. It's always a soft group. Anything can happen. Now, that said, I go with the favorite on top, and this favorite does look reliable here. Lunar Image for Kieran. You get Trevor McCarthy, the leading rider. This horse ran okay in debut against maiden 16,000. They stepped up, going a mile, maiden 25. That didn't go well. They dropped back down to maiden 16 last out, going 5.5. A good third that day, first time Trevor. Now they want to win now. They drop right to the maiden 10. Trevor stays aboard. I think the 4 Lunar Image looks like a reliable favorite here in race 4. Now, by no means a single. You never single a maiden 10, ever. I don't care if they're secretary. But I go with the favorite, Lunar Image on top.
A little subtle drop. Trevor McCarthy going to make a run. Yeah, did not like the mile whatsoever. 2 races back. Yeah, she's the one to beat. She brings a 47 buyer. That's going to probably win it. She just duplicate that last race. I go to the outside, Junior Jumper. I thought this was an odd spot. First time in the barn for Mary Uploff with a little break from February to April. raised up in class to maiden 35. That the speed was pretty good that day. He wasn't gonna make an impact. This is the right kind of drop back down to the level. Ran well for 16 at one point with a run off the pace. But they're all gonna have to catch the 8 Lobator for Al Cortez. I know Valerie Smith trainer 1 for 48 the last 5 years, but the road is gonna go through him.
Yeah, opened up, went right to the front last out at 62-1 and held on for a good second. I didn't use the 8, the 5. I used in my exact above it all. A first-time starter for Ann Merriman, a homebred for Richie Blue. By Scipion's been working okay here at Pimlico. A bullet from the gate going 3 furlongs March 29th. This Bug Boy Avery Wisman's had a couple nice wins. Had another win yesterday on the Frock horse.
On the front end,
right?
yeah, opened up 5 or 6, let them come to him and said, see you later at the 3/16. Rebroke to win by I think some 7 and change at a big price.
Yeah, so the Bug Boy Wisman riding well. This is a Pimlico barn special here. Richie Blue and Ann Merriman, they go right in for the maiden 10, an aggressive placement here for this horse that they bred and everything. They want to win now. They catch the right kind of soft group to give this horse an encouraging debut.
You got it. Let's go to the 5th.
Let's go to the 5th. Race 5 will kick off the late pick 5. No carryover. Sorry, they hit it yesterday for little over 21,000. They hit the pick 5 yesterday. As always, that industry low 12% takeout means you get big payouts like the $21,000 payout, $21,000 payout yesterday. Let's take a look here at the 5th race. I'm 4 deep in this race. We're going a mile. Maiden claiming 40,003 and up. The 5 Jag is 3-1 morning line, and I go with this horse on top. Gunslinger's your favorite. Gunslinger and Jag come out of the same race. Gunslinger beat Jag last out, but Jag was the favorite coming off the layoff, and the Jamie Ness barn had all kinds of trouble, stumbled at the start, had to check at the quarter pole, and over, still managed to hang on for 3rd. I think now 2nd off the layoff for the leading trainer who's rolling with the leading jockey, Trevor McCarthy. If Jag can get a clean trip, I think he can beat Gunslinger and break his maiden today.
I went back and watched that race again this morning, and Jag, after stumbling, he was really kind of keyed up. Trevor kind of had a hammerlock in behind horses. He just kind of wanted to go, and then he was swarmed over at the quarter pole, steadied again, but kept on trying to the wire. Jag certainly could be favored, and I think it's going to be close between the 2, 5, and 6. So it would not surprise me if Jag is a little bit lower than that 3-1. But Gunslinger can't take anything away from his effort last time out. Right up on the engine, a little bit ranked, a little keen to go as well early. Battled through okay fractions, finished up strong, had to check late, but showed a ton of heart. Reported first-time Lasix now on Gunslinger. So positional speed, Lasix on Gunslingers looks to stay the trip here in today's 5th. I go with the 6. I think this horse is going to slip away at a little bit better price. Looking back at the company lines at Gulfstream, they work for me. This horse caught wide, 4 wide the last 2 times. Just drop in, save a little bit of ground. I think that's going to be the key for him. Save a little bit of ground, leaving the 3 ace pole, find the seam from there. He's got the right kind of finish. Positive move up off the claim. 2nd off the claim now for Mike Pino. Hill's down a little bit better value. And the 1, Senior Seville. I'll let you talk about him with Avery Wisman.
Yeah, ran well last out, coming off almost a 4-month layoff, going 5.5 on the turf. Maiden 25 at Laurel, steadied in mid-stretch, still a good 4th, beating less than 2 lengths. Now you get another Bug Boy, nice lightweight assignment, 113. Doesn't look like he has too much early speed, but he's by Seville. He should like to stretch out to a mile today, so he doesn't need any early speed. He can just have a ground-saving trip, and he'll find a lane turning for home with 113 on his back. So I think the 1, Senor Seville, is live. But you lost me there at first-time Lasix on the 2, Gunslinger. That's a big change because I have the DRF final.
I got
cut.
It early this morning, but from the storage, yep.
Okay, all right. They didn't have it on the changes when I checked changes, so we'll get it on there. There'll be a scroll or something. So that's the favorite, and he's really going to be the favorite now. The 2, Gunslinger, and might have to be my top pick now with first-time Lasix. That changes the whole complexion of the race.
I hope my information was correct. So we'll double check with that if anybody can, and we'll get back to you on that.
He's
but
3 to 5 if he's first-time Lasix.
I don't know if he's that short, but the way the money Jag took him. But Senior Seville, talking about the 1, he has a half brother that was a 5-time route winner on the grass. So I think the longer the better here for Senior Seville. going to stretch back out off of that 5.5. You're looking for another bomb in here. There's some breeding on the 3, Stand My Ground by Temple City. The mare, she was competitive in allowance races going long on the turf. And even Lincoln's Address reported first-time gelding. So that horse took plenty of play in debut. It's been buried both starts, but they hold the level. Going to give another chance. So, maybe you need to spread around there in race 5 as well.
All right, so big and pep talking on the outside
Yeah,
with
Claudio.
Pimlico for Claudio Gonzalez. Claudio got the monkey off his back. He won a turf stake last weekend, so he can win on the turf. So, all right, so a big 11-horse field. You better be tied on there for race 5, a challenging second leg in that big pick 6. Race 6, I'm 4 deep in race 6 as well. I start having some stronger opinions in races 7, 8, and then 9. My single comes in race 9. But race 6 kicks off the late pick 4. We're going 6 furlongs, claiming 5,000, 3 and up. Never won 3 or straight 3-year-olds. I go to the outside here. This race was
Can you
tricky.
take all? Can you just take all in?
I almost wanted to take all in this race because the 8-5 morning line favorite is scratched out of this race. The 4 Regal Quality is scratched. Also scratched the 2 Balladeer, who was 5-1, and scratched the 6 Legal Precedent. So some big late scratches in this race. I end up with the 9 Money Meister, a good second at this level. Last out, going a mile for Wayne Potts with the 5-pound apprentice Jen Miller. I think that was her first race back off the long layoff. Jen Miller. So she's now had. She's now had 15 mounts this year. She's won since her comeback. So congratulations to Jen Miller, and she's live here on the 9 Money Meister.
Yeah, just ran into Free to Trump. That was Claudio, I believe, over at Laurel, going the mile, shortening up. This horse is okay sprinting. Doesn't have a ton of true early speed, but against this group, nobody really does. So I would be surprised to see if Money Meister is more than a couple lengths out of it, turning for home. It certainly has the bottom underneath of him. He'll have finish today, and we know Wayne Potts with these nickel horses, his percentage is awfully strong. I go into a stranger, the 1 Sensational Notion. Just the fact the horses run pretty well at Pimlico. 5 starts, a win, and 2 seconds. Awful long time. Hasn't been seen since September of 2018. But when right, this horse can show a little bit of speed. I'm hoping Rashawn Latchman just sends from the inside. Let's try to steal it at a price here in race number 6.
Yeah, I thought about using that horse, but just could not get to the horse coming off the layoff for low profile connections here. Did have a nice win at Pimlico last year in 2018, so I didn't use the 1. But you'll get a nice price. The 5 here, you didn't use the 5. Trapper's Delight trains right here at Pimlico. For trainer Jackie Savoy, Joan Rosado will ride. This horse was running well last winter. Ran a big second, a couple good seconds at Laurel this past winter. Had a nice win at Laurel last February, and then it's kind of tailed off since then. But it ran okay. Showed speed last out, an okay third up there at Delaware, and now drops back down to the $5,000 level today. The horse trains here at Pimlico, so that's why I like the 5 Trapper's Delight.
And I tell you, Disco Express, I know the barn doesn't win a ton, but drops a little bit and ran awfully hard. It's now paired up 2 okay numbers, which fits with this group. Rue here is awfully quick. Chased him around the racetrack every step of the way on May the 4th. If the 1 doesn't go, I think the 7 might be the one to catch.
All right, so a tricky beat nickel race to handicap there in race 6. I go 4 deep with the 3, 5, 8, 9. All right, race 7. We're back on the turf. We're going 5/8 on the turf, claiming 16,000 filly mares 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. I go with the 6 on top here. Val Dance. I need my man Scott Lake to come through for me here. Katie Davis will ride this horse back in the Lake Barn. Lake had this horse last summer, and it just ran okay. That was against a tougher allowance company. So it comes off the layoff now, cuts back in distance. So I like the route to sprint angle for the 6 Val Dance from the Scott Lake Barn.
Yeah, not what she was a couple years ago where she would run in the 70s, the lower 70s. That kind of figure is going to win race 7. I don't know if she's going to bring that number. She's not going to have to. She'll have positional speed. Was okay. Middle moves, going the mile down at Tampa. She's going to stalk and bounce because there's a couple horses on the outside, Strong Ties, Dreaming of Dewey. They're probably just going to go ahead and send. I'm going to take a flyer with the 9, Scarlet Tanager here. Shown some speed, going short, long, over, lower. I like the breeding, though. Despite the odds, hit about 14% first time on the grass. You look at the bottom, El Prado. I've watched this horse's action. I think she's going to take to it. I think she's one of those horses. Bet a couple bucks across the board on the 9 Scarlet Tanager. I think she can hang around in here.
Oh, you had Felix Pinero with the big price winner yesterday, 35-1 on paper law. So see if Pinero can pull it off again today. He's on a long shot there.
Yep.
The 9 Scarlet Tanager. We both like the 3 here. It's a doozy. Ran well at this level. Last out, coming off the layoff for Ferris Allen. Caramano's back aboard. It's a doozy, a logical pick. She'll probably run even better today, second off the layoff. So if she if she runs that same race or moves forward, the 3, It's a doozy, is going to be right there.
Yeah, she and the 7, Miss Amard, come out of that same race. It's a doozy emerged after angling out in mid-stretch. It looked like she was going to go on. Just a little bit of flattening. I think she'll benefit off of that race. She's the probably consistent type. I know she's never won on the grass, but she's just her running style. Looks like she's one of those horses going to be tough to keep off the board here in race number 7.
All right, so then the 5 Jagger Baby trying the turf for the first time for Jamie Ness. Trevor McCarthy will ride. Showed speed with the big win at Penn National back in March. Might show speed here on the turf, and also the 11 Dreaming of Dewey for trainer Tony Aguirre. Get Al Cortez. I have a feeling the 11 Dreaming of Dewey might be sending from the outside.
No doubt. She'll be hard sent from the outside, try to clear it. And Jagger Baby, talking about the 5. You've got the Ness McCarthy combination. Not a ton there on turf breeding when you really kind of look, but it's hard to leave those 2 off of your ticket.
Yep, absolutely. All right, let's turn the page here. Race 8 kicks off to late daily double. Now, when we get to our race 8 today, that's when you want to start thinking about getting your tickets in for the Stronach 5. It starts at Gulfstream today. It's a $100,000 guarantee. Industry low, 12% takeout. Let's show you the lineup of races. All right, starts down there at Gulfstream. Race 8 at about 5 o'clock Eastern time. Then Pimlico race 9 is leg B. Leg C is Gulfstream race 9. Then out to Golden Gate Fields, race 5. Then we wrap it up, Santa Anita Park, race 6. So there's the lineup of the Stronach 5. So when we get to our race 8, which is supposed to go off about 4:55, start thinking about getting your tickets in for the Stronach 5. All right, race 8, maiden claiming 40,000, 3 and up, going 6 furlongs. The 2 Reds winning call. Ran a nice race, 2 back, coming off the layoff. That was his 3-year-old debut against maiden 40,000, a big second that day with a 62 buyer speed figure. Then they tried going 2 turns, second off the layoff, and that didn't go well. Now we cut back to 6 furlongs today. It's not the toughest race. Trevor McCarthy gets aboard this horse for the first time. He's by Tapazar out of the multiple stakes winner, Reds Roundtable, who trainer Tim Keefe trained. So I think today could be the day that we'll see a big effort from Reds winning call.
He picks up Trevor. Going to sit the trip, too, as well. Should be able to save ground, draft up to the pace by the time they hit the top of the stretch. You've got some speed in here. Baron of Bluegrass, Fernwood Drive. They're awfully quick early. Got a firster here as well. The 4 Harmony Cat, who I'm going to use into the mix, should be quick by Gradar. And out of a mare that won her debut down at Gulfstream years back, ran an 89 in that race. You've got, precociousness here with the 4 Harmony Cat. I think this horse is a sneaky price play for Corrales, but you're right. I think Red's winning call is going to be able to kind of grind out a win. And you got first-time Claudio on the 3 Big Boots. Also out of that same race on April the 6th at Laurel, won by Marylander, who I think is going to be a good key horse out of these maiden races. So, 2, 3, 4, 6 for me in the 8th.
All right, so that's, I have the 2, 3 there on my pick 6. Hopefully I can squeak through there on race 8. My single on the pick 6 is in race 9. And race 9 is going to have a nice big handle. It's leg B of that national wager, the Stronach 5. Race 9 is going to get a lot of handle here. We're going 5/8 on the turf, claiming 16,000 filly mares 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. We're both all over the 4 here. You made it for trainer Kieran McGee, a 3-year-old filly by. Congrats. Her turf debut 2 starts ago was pretty good at 13-1 at this level. Mid-April at Laurel, came rallying from about mid-pack. A good second that day, a game second with a 56 buyer. Came back against Starter Allowance Company last out, and a good third with a 57 buyer. So she's fired her 2 lifetime best efforts on the turf. She gets back down to 16,000 2 life today. Hopefully there'll be enough early speed to set it up for you. Get Daniel Centeno aboard for the first time today. So I go with the 4. You made it on top.
There's plenty of speed signed on. The biggest key is not to avoid traffic traffic when some of it starts dropping back into you as they turn for a home. So you made it 57, 56. One of those buyer numbers would work and win this race. Weekend Flyer, I believe, is also you're going to see a turnaround. Last time I was rated back kind of between horses soon after the break, and it was over. I need to see this really involved into the race. We're reunited with Angel Cruz. The two-back try just got beat a little bit by You Made It. Now she's going to have to deal with other speed types in here as well, which might take a little bit out of her. I think she's kind of the horse, though. She's going to fight you a long way. She can hang around for a piece, but clearly the one to beat is You Made It. She should roll on by in the final 16.
And then you have Claudio, first-time turf here with the 5, Cool Alley, who has early speed on the main track. Katie Davis will ride turf debut today for this filly by Runaway and Hyde. Well, if she takes to the turf, she has early speed. She could be a factor.
Yeah, she could be. It's just Claudio's record on the turf. I mean, it speaks volumes. And you know, I'm going to have to let this one beat me. She's going to be up with some other speed types in here. I guess the question mark horse, Never Enough getting another one. These Jamie Ness broke its maiden first out at Timonium last summer. Where you been? This is where you wind up. Interesting spot. So. I'm gonna throw the horse in there, no doubt about it. Princess Kilmaine to 3 showed a little different dimension last time after getting in some early trouble. I don't think she's got quite the finish though as the favorite.
All right, so we're all over my single on my pick 6 to 4. You Made It in race 9. That's it. We're out of time. Big 9-race card, big carryover in that Rainbow pick 6. Over 217,000. That starts race 4. The Stronach 5 starts race 8 down at Gulfstream at 5 o'clock. Race 9 here at Pimlico is the second leg of the Stronach 5. You have some nice prices on top today. Good luck. I hope you find another paper law.
Yeah, I mean, and the key is if you see our 4 picks along the way and you see horses that are laying there 10, 12, 15 to 1, make sure you put a couple bucks down across the board on them. You're going to get rewarded. We're going to come up with plenty throughout the year that are going to strike. Paper Law, a good example. We catch a couple every week. So,
turf season is here. Big fields. That's where you get the long shot winners. So good luck today. Dave Rodman is coming up next with today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.